All right, guys, let's talk about the wonderful world of the rock cycle. Now, we're going to keep it simple here and start with what, in my opinion, is the easiest thing to understand, and that's what sediments are. Sediments are little bits and pieces of broken down rock. If you were to draw them, they might look like this, but in reality, they look something like that. Bits of pieces of sand, broken up bits and flakes of rock. And sediments are easy to understand that they form sedimentary rock. It's right there in the word. So check out this. This is a rock called conglomerate. It's a sedimentary rock, and you can see all the bits and pieces that it's made of. Those sediments turn into a sedimentary rock through a process of burial, compaction, and cementation. Basically, they get squished and compressed and eventually glued together to form that rock that you see down there. Now let's start with magma and lava starting somewhere else. So rocks can be melted into magma and lava. Of course, lava or magma is molten rock, magma being in the earth and lava being exposed to the earth's surface. And those rocks, or that molten rock cools and turns into what's called an igneous rock. And igneous rocks might look something like this. This is granite, and granite is actually the most common of any of the igneous rocks. It has crystals that you could see there. Now, some rocks cool very quickly, so they don't really have time to form crystals. And if they don't have time to form crystals, they might look something like this. This is called obsidian or volcanic glass. It cooled very rapidly, and therefore it did not have time to crystallize. So what would we call the process of taking magma and turning it into an igneous rock? We'll call it cooling and crystallization. So it cools down and hardens and then crystallizes if it has enough time. Now, all those rocks can be broken down into sediments. So igneous rocks can be broken down into sediments, and we'll see later on that sedimentary rocks can be broken down into sediments. Now, you take either of those two rocks, and they can turn into what's called a metamorphic rock. A metamorphic rock, meta means change. It's a rock that's formed from another type of rock. Take a look at this rock. This rock is called gneiss. It's what happens when you take granite and you squish it under such immense heat and pressure that it forms those banded layers. So heat and pressure is the key component of making a metamorphic rock. You take a sedimentary rock or an igneous rock and you can turn it into a metamorphic rock. Now, all the rocks can melt and turn into magma. Sedimentary rocks, igneous rocks, and metamorphic rocks. And all the rocks can be broken down into sediments. That's why this thing is a cycle. You can go every which way kind of about the cycle. So you can start as magma or lava, cool down into an igneous rock, be heat and pressurified into a metamorphic rock, get broken down into sediments, get compacted into a sedimentary rock, and then melt again into magma or lava, and do that whole process all over again. And that is kind of the beauty of the rock cycle. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. And I hope you guys have a really awesome day. Thank you.